What's going on, everyone? My name's Tenebris Infinite, and today I'm going to be showing you dudes 3 strange and kind of mysterious locations that were added in the Dangerous Experiments update. All 3 of these locations have some pretty big lore implications that we'll be able to go into once we gather the brand new collectibles that we're missing from this update. But for the time being, it's still some very interesting locations that we can kind of theorize and hypothesize on. So the first location we're coming off to is the Babaroga Outpost, just over here on top of the hill, near Bergaskogen and near Hermelinen. In the north coast here. This isn't exactly a new location, but there have been some really interesting set pieces added to this area. But it's not the old parts of Babaroga that we're going to be checking out here today. It's actually some of these new parts that have been put into this area. So first off, we have one of the Soviet machine trapping boxes. This is what they use to capture things like runners. Whoa! How'd you get out of there? Capture things like runners and ticks and stuff like that so that they could do their evil Soviet research on them. We also have this weird lantern thing. I'm not too sure what it is, but you can pick it up. When you pick it up, you get a small EMP cell from it, which is an interesting way to get an EMP. Outside of the small EMP cell you can get from that weird lantern thingy, it's also explosive. I found that out kind of the hard way, though. And interestingly, because that was my first time actually picking it up, it doesn't respawn, so it might be part of something even bigger. And then we also have this poor doggo that's trapped in this box, so let's liberate this poor guy. Babaroga, it's a real head scratcher of a location. So you dudes let me know. What do you think? Do you think this is going to be a mission spot? Or do you think that maybe those, the small lanterns will be scattered around future Soviet bases and will be a new method of small EMP cells? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. For the next location, we're coming off to the abandoned wind shelter, which is just across the way from Babaroga over here. You can find it just halfway up through the pathway that leads to the top of the mountain here. Now, this location is really interesting because it's got a collectible here, but instead of it being the typical war figurine, it's a full-blown map. Whoa, that's glitchy. And the map's covered in snow, so I have to come back with clear weather, dang it. Okay, after a mad dash to get back here, we have this interesting collectible map that shows a bunch of strategic locations that I guess the Soviets are going to be coming off to. Now, we essentially just have, like, the landing zones that are marked off by the X's. This X over here, which is an interesting one, there's not really too much going on over there. So it's maybe just like a stopping midway point before reaching the crater, which I guess they're still going for. But more interestingly are the little lightning bolts, as this thing is getting covered in snow, are the little lightning bolts on the map. So we've got the one over at the ring fort here, and then we've got another one up here, and again, it's hard to say what the heck's going on there because it doesn't seem like too much at this point. Either way, this map is going to be incredibly interesting to read about and find out about when the war figurines are added into the game properly. You can only assume that it's part of the war figurines based on the small little note that's attached to the map. It could potentially be part of something else. We'll have to just wait and find out. And for our last location of the day, just outside of Hagaboda City, Egorovs Hideout, which is just on the kind of tip of the mountain here. The fastest safe house to get here is from Albi Church. Now, when you get to Egorovs Hideout, interestingly, there's going to be a bunch of Phoenix machines around here. Kind of just hiding out in the area. It's tough to say why these machines are here, but obviously Egorov is a high-profile target. As well, I've searched around the area and there's no body to be found, so it's safe to say that Egorov might have survived his little encounter with Phoenix here. The war figurine collectible is just inside of this little hideout, and it's a cozy spot. It's lacking a bed, but it has a nice view out the window. No, but on the real, I actually do enjoy this little lookout spot. It's got a really nice view. No! Did he run himself into the water? He totally ran himself into the water. Either way, Egorovs Hideout. It's a location that I'm very interested to learn about once we get the collectibles in the next upcoming update. So there you dudes go, 3 mysterious locations that were added in the Dangerous Experiments update. I'm really hoping that when those collectibles come around, that we'll be able to learn about all of these locations and the stories that are going on with them. I very much enjoy the added lore through these notes and collectibles, so it's something that I'm going to be covering in depth once they come around eventually to the game. But for now, I just want to say thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you all enjoyed, and I will catch you all in the next one. Until then, peace.